Welcome back to Soccer Monday. Huge breaking news. 8-time FA Cup winners, Premier League leaders, Liverpool are out of the FA Cup. Beaten 1-0 at Plymouthargyle, the bottom side in the Championship. Ryan Hardy with the only goal from the penalty spot. How impressive were Plymouth? How big is that result, Clinton? It's a big result for Plymouth moving forward. It will give them confidence. They're bottom of the Championship. New managers come in. They've lost their top player in Whittakind. They brought in some experienced players to help them. But I thought they defended magnificent. From the front to the back, I thought they were outstanding. And let me tell you something. In the last minute, there was a ball swung in. It was kept alive, and Nunez had a header from a yard out. The save from Hazard doesn't get full contact. His defender there from Hazard is brilliant. He made 2 outstanding saves at the end. So yeah, full credit must go to Plymouth. And Liverpool will be disappointed, but they've still got 3 cups to concentrate on. But yeah, Plymouth were outstanding, defending in their numbers and thoroughly deserved the victory. I think they were talking about a quadruple on 1 Hour Sports on Friday, but that's gone definitely. The orthodox treble's gone. If you've seen the Champions League, and FA Cup, did Arne Slot with 10 changes today get it wrong? No, I don't. And a lot of people will say that. No, I don't think he did get it wrong. I think their bread and butter is the Premier League. They've got a big game on Wednesday. That's how it falls. So he has to rest these players. They played a lot of football at the moment. They still had enough quality on the pitch to go and beat Plymouth, a team who have conceded the most goals in all the leagues this season. But they have brought in players, Plymouth, that have made them nice and strong. So they're just disappointed. You have games like that where you're frustrated, it doesn't click for you, and there was an opportunity for players, and it just didn't work out for the Liverpool players. You have to hold your hand up and just move on to the next game. This happens in football. That's the only blot on Arne Slot. Ever since he's come into Liverpool, all we've done is praise him, and he's been outstanding. This thing happens. It happens in football. It's one of those things you've just got to move on quickly. It's a huge one for football fans generally, isn't it? It's only the 4th time the Premier League leaders have actually gone out to lower league opposition in history. How damaging could it be to Liverpool's momentum? No, I don't think it could be damaging. Because it's not the starting 11 that play week in, week out. But listen, as a football club, you want to try and go as far as you can in cup competitions. I think it's more damaging for the group of players that don't play regularly because it's the cup competitions that you're looking to get regular game time in. So I still think Liverpool are going to win the Premier League, and I still think they'll win another trophy, whether that be the Carabao Cup or the Champions League. I still think they're the best team around in Europe at the moment, but yeah, it's a bit of a huge blow. But as I said, can't dwell on it too much. You've got to just move on to a big game on Wednesday. Yeah, big game at Goodison Park, the Merseyside derby. Rearranged, of course, because of the storms earlier in the year. Do we learn more about Liverpool now, though, after this? Because there hasn't been any real adversity, has there, this season? No, there's only been when they lost to Forest and then they bounced back, went on a great run, and everyone was thinking, when you lose to Forest at home, are you going to be the same team? They responded after that. So it's how they responded here against Everton on Wednesday night, and I'm sure they will respond because, as I said, they'll probably make 10, if not 11 changes for the team that started today, and it will be a whole different team with their best 11. So they will respond. As I said, there's just a little blip in the road. No one ain't pressing the panic button at Liverpool for getting knocked out by Plymouth. All you say is, congratulations to Plymouth. You've still got 3 cups to go and win, and they will probably win 2 of them. Has Slot learned some not good stuff about some of his squad players today? Yeah, maybe, but I think he knows a lot. Players can have bad days, and teams can have bad days. And I think Liverpool had a bad day, and a lot of the players had a bad day. I can't really pick out one player who had a good day. And they had some top players, especially in that front 3 area. They were really exciting players, they just didn't deliver. But sometimes you have to give credit to Plymouth. Plymouth defended literally on their 6-yard box and headed and cleared everything. It's hard if you don't move the ball quick enough, and Liverpool didn't move it quick enough. They didn't have that one player that could unlock that defense. Did you illustrate the importance of that midfield 3 that we see for Liverpool, or I guess the starting midfield, whichever 3 he selects? Yeah, you could say that, but there were 2 youngsters, so you can't have a go at Neone and McConnell that played in there. They're 2 youngsters that have been given opportunity. They don't have the experience of the Slobozaj, Birch and McAllister or Curtis Jones, so you have to give the youngsters a chance in these competitions, because when are you going to give them a chance? You're not going to give them a chance in a Premier League or a Champions League, so give them the opportunity. But I don't think it was that. I just think going forward in the attacking first, they didn't have enough creativity. Usually they have the likes of the Salas and the Gappos, but they didn't play. It's It's just one of those games. It's frustrating. Liverpool fans will be frustrated, but I think it's all about Plymouth, and you have to give them full credit. Being an Exeter man, praising Plymouth, you gave me stick, but you have to, because they were outstanding. They were outstanding. What could it do for their season? We're not suggesting they're going to go and win the FA Cup, but in terms of championship survival, 4 points from safety, can this be a huge boost for them? No. They won't win the FA Cup. I'm suggesting they won't win it. The Plymouth fans know they won't win it, but let them enjoy their moment. It's a big boost. I think you keep a clean sheet against a very good Liverpool team going into the championship where the teams are not as good as these Liverpool teams. It should give you confidence, especially at home park. I think home park is a hard place to go and play football. The fans get behind you. They got behind them today. They're going to need that from now to the end of the season, but let them enjoy their moment. And then they've got big games in the midweek championship, and that's their bread and butter. It was brilliant. I think everyone's a hero, but in particular, Hardy for the penalty and Hazard making 2 big saves at the end. I thought it was brilliant. Argued with his captain at times because their emotions were running high, but credit where credit's due at the end. Big performance. 5th round draw tomorrow night. What did Plymouth want, do you think, in that? What would be the dream scenario? Probably, what? Another home tie against one of the big boys? Or maybe going away because it gets money for the football club. But I think another home tie against one of the big teams that are still left in it, because that's what you want. Get your big team to home park where you can make it horrible. It's live on the TV and everyone thinks it's going to be an upset. So that's what the Plymouth fans will be looking for. It'd be a tough trip, wouldn't it? Even for 2 Manchester clubs, United or City, if they went down there. It wouldn't be easy. Yeah, it's tough. Liverpool found it tough. Man City will find it tough. Any team can find it tough there. I think in these games, the best thing is to score the first goal. If Liverpool score the first goal, it's a different game of football because Plymouth don't sit back in their numbers. Plymouth played for this and they got the result. So huge credit to the manager as well. So how do you expect Arne Slot to respond? You're pretty confident Wednesday night goes well for Liverpool? Yeah. Listen, it's a hard game because David Moyes has gone in there and done a brilliant job. It's a Merseyside derby, the last ever one at Goodison Park. The atmosphere will be outstanding, but that group of players, they've got leaders in there, the Van Dijks, the Mo Salahs, the Alissons. I don't think they'll be disappointed with the result, but it will not affect them come Wednesday. Final thought, Clinton, it's been a long afternoon. Brilliant to have your company. Magic of the FA Cup still alive, isn't it? This is going to reverberate in history. It's going to be one of those ones we talk about. This is what it's about, the FA Cup, for these lower teams. You get drawn against the big teams like Liverpool. They're still on the pitch celebrating like they've won the FA Cup, Plymouth players, but they deserve it because some of them you don't get to play against, these top players week in, week out. And some of them might never do that. So this is what the magic of the FA Cup's all about. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, club recovering well after Wayne Rooney left. Of course, Miro Musilik now in charge. Clinton, it's been a pleasure to watch the football with you as well. It was a good game, very good game. And thanks for having me. Yeah, I think you might be welcoming Plymouth now after a couple of days. I know, can you believe that? We'll speak to you soon. Safe home. Good to have you on Sucker Sunday.